Let's press on into the vault. What trials await through the, well, technically a doorway, over the melted cogs and fallen rubble? A huge maze stretches out before you. The delightful adventuress produces a large ball of yarn. With all due credit to Theseus, she says, nailing one end into the wall. I suspect, however, we shall not have to worry about a minotaur lurking in this particular maze. Come on. Such things are hardly a problem for a woman of adventure. This will take but a jiffy. She leads the way with utter confidence, even when it becomes clear she has no idea where she is going. Even when it becomes painfully obvious that she is merely turning left at every intersection, confident that this eventually will lead to the exit. The string runs out long before the maze does, yet somehow this does not feel like an insurmountable problem for returning. Well, she has confidence. Can't fault her for that. Unfortunately, she also has incompetence. Onwards! This part of the temple looks distinctly more ancient, and more carefully crafted by its architects. A sense of respect and history pervades. The Hall of Histories. Mosaic floor stands between you and the door. The delightful adventuress catches your arm before you can step onto it. Oh, sweetie, she sighs, pointing at the walls. Little holes run down both of them, just large enough to see the readied crossbow bolts behind. Isn't this wonderful, she says. I've seen many, many tombs, and most just put something big and heavy in front of the door. Bless their hearts for putting all this effort into something nobody was ever supposed to see. Anyway, be a dear. I will be outside if you need me. She heads back to check on her camp. Oh, so I get to get shot with the poison arrows, and she gets to go back to camp. Attempt to read the inscriptions. If I get shot by those arrows, I'm going to gain a wound, and I really do not want to get to 2 fucking wounds. I do not, absolutely do not want to get to 2 wounds. You don't die until you get to 3, but the problem is when you're at 2, if you gain 1 more, you die. I do not ever want to be at 2 wounds. No, I'm not going to do it. Step on a yellow tile, red tile, blue tile, holy crap. Yeah, no, no. Alright. Interesting, you can only do this if you have no more than 0 frozen drops of red honey. How'd you get frozen red honey? Or frozen drops of red honey, rather. That's weird, I've never seen that before. Alright, read the inscriptions. I don't know what that's going to do exactly. I don't know if I'm actually... I don't know if I actually gain a wound by doing that. These I could definitely gain a wound with. So the only thing that I really want to do is just this. So let's see. Examine the mosaic floor. 9 colored tiles stretch across this corridor. Be careful. Choosing wrong may lead to a wound. 3 wounds can mean death. If you don't know the correct order, you may be able to find a safer way past. Alright, well there's no harm in examining the floor. Too far to jump. Blast. The monkeys thought of that, at least. And it would be difficult to get a ladder down here. It would be very risky to simply guess. But a solution must be around here somewhere. Or an alternative. Perhaps involving dynamite? But damn, she took the dynamite from me. I wonder what happens if I fail this. Like, I feel like this actually shouldn't lead to a wound, because I'm not trying to step on the tiles. So I think reading the inscription would be what I would need to do if I wanted to figure out the correct order of tiles to step on. But it said there might be an alternative. So I think there's something else I can do, perhaps involving dynamite or going back to the guy and seeing if he has some other item I can use. I can't think of what it would be, though. Let's go back to the surface and talk to her. You leave the vault. The monkeys are already poking and prodding at the completed rooms, crowbarring gems and valuable stonework out for both sale and hoarding. Let's go talk with her. Yes, consult with a delightful adventuress. Can she think of a way over that mosaic floor? I can think of a way. Push her into the tiles, and then step over her dead body. In my experience, darling, such things are built solely by meddling priest types to try and make potential tomb raiders at least bang a little culture into their heads before they get their hands on the loot. Precious little bloody point otherwise. Just wall it up and be done. She bites a nail gently. If only we could read the monkey language, we could work out the correct sequence. Of course, there could be a way to simply bypass the problem entirely. Barnabas, have you any thoughts? The giant clay man does not look up from his duties. Oh, I can pay Barnabas to help with the mosaic floor. Well, shit, couldn't he just walk across and get shot by the arrows and he'd be fine? I mean, he's made of stone, right? Yeah, Clayman has little to fear from crossbow bolts. 500 echo? I don't mind paying that. It's not exactly a clever solution, though. I could try to read the inscription. No, I'm too scared to read the inscription. I don't think it's going to lead to a wound, but in case it does, I don't want to risk it. I really do not. I'll pay the money. That's fine. If a faceless man could sigh. Oh my god, I feel so bad for him. Barnabas stoically lumbers after you to the mosaic floor, and proceeds to step on everything. Oh god. I could just imagine this scene. This faceless, lumbering stone man just taking all these shots, just sighing with depression over how his body is being used. How do I make that sound? Yeah, that's good. The of crossbow bolts fills the air for a good couple of minutes before it appears the traps have finally run dry. I'm sorry, Barnabas. He takes the agreed fee, his body not even chipped. Then he nods slowly, and lumbers back up the stairs to his mistress's camp. A somewhat irritated-looking, delightful adventuress appears soon afterwards. That fellow cost me a small fortune, you know, she mutters, striding past. Well, never mind. We press on. Whoa! My Empire of Hand's delightful archaeology quality is now 300. These numbers are getting crazy. They're going into the hundreds, into the thousand, into the tens of thousands, in the case of the Towers of Hanoi puzzle. A pit of venomous snakes! You see them through the door, thousands of them, in a pit crossable only by a thin beam, lit by inconsistent neath light through a hole in the floor. It would be no problem for a monkey to cross, but a human. Okay, who am I going to pay now? It's a delightful adventuress's turn to go first. To her credit, she does not try to weasel her way out of it. Lantern held between her teeth, an adventurer's rapier bouncing casually on her hips. She steps confidently onto the thin beam and swiftly crosses foot over foot, without so much as a glance down. Your turn. Great, I have no choice. I have to go. 22% chance. Okay. Alright, no wound. That's all I care about, as long as I didn't get a wound. I did fail, but no wound. Your foot slips. You tumble into the snake pit, landing up to your shoulders in a sea of some of the most dangerous creatures ever to slither the Empire of Hands. Already you feel their teeth lunging, the venom pounding through your system, No. You feel nothing. Except the weight. The cold, dry skins of hundreds of dead snakes surrounding you. The delightful adventuress peers down. Well, that is what happens when one decides to build oneself a fancy-dancy snake pit and neglects to think of a way for the poor darlings to be kept fed, isn't it? Come on, then. Get up from there. No sense being a big girl's blouse. Whoa, what? My archaeology quality is now 25. Did it just go from 300 to 25? I'm so confused. An underground courtyard. Down a flight of steps. The center of the vault. So close and yet so far. This is very obviously the oldest part of the temple, around which all else has grown over time. Ancient tapestries hang from walls decorated with portraits of a single ape, clothed in violet and crowned by the sun. He is the first emperor, the 100-souled founder of the Empire of Hands. His authority reaches across time. Not much to look at, is it? Declares the delightful adventuress. They say they bury the old bugger with all of them. 100 of the finest souls. A hecatomb, if you will. She laughs for a moment at a joke only she and perhaps 3 others in the Neath would appreciate. Mark of respect by the primates, you know. To say no one else could do half as much with them. Her eyes glint. Let's do something about that. Oh, wait a minute, look at this. A dusty bowl of glassy red chips. Would that be the frozen drops of red honey? I think it might be. And the final door. Huge, imposing, impassable. Is there a way through it? Dynamite? Let's take a look at the bowl of glassy red chips. It stands on a plinth in the middle of the room, its contents seemingly untouched by the monkeys who have tried getting through the door. You take a chip. A drop of red honey hangs in the middle, bleeding out through cracks in the salt. Red honey contains memories. Why would the chips be here? Interesting. Red honey chips to give me memories. Whose memories and why? I can consume it. Ooh, I might need to. But let's not do that unless I know I need to. Let's take a look at the door. There's no obvious method. There is no handle. And though there is a gap that a crowbar could fit through, the door seems too thick to get any leverage. Scratch marks around the side suggest that more than a few monkeys have tried. Around it are gaping holes where gemstones were once seated. You press a hand to the door, holding a candle to the cracks. Stone, very thick. Even dynamite is unlikely to make much of a dent without bringing the whole temple down around you. There must be a way to open it, though. Why would anyone bother building a door that they never expected anyone to be able to get through? I think I have to consume the red honey chips. I think that might give me a way in. Or at least make me aware of a way in. Let's do it. A test of understanding. The memories are diluted, largely unspecific, but that is not important. What this red honey carries is something far deeper. A connection of souls across centuries. The birth of an empire in which even the lowest could be uplifted. The sparks of greatness itself passed on, magnified, never lost with the passing of flesh. This was the dream of the first emperor, one of unity and evolution, transcendence and glory. His memory was placed here that all could see their true destiny, purpose. Instead, it is as if the emperor himself is receiving a glimpse of the empire his dream became. His tears run uncontrollably down your cheeks. Oh my god. That is so strange. I'm connecting with the soul of the first emperor. And he's crying because he sees what his dream has become, how it's been perverted and ruined. Open the emperor's tomb. The memory fades, but something remains. Only one who is as worldly wise as the first emperor hoped his people would be can open this door. So what do you need? All the archaeology stuff. You need a memory of distant shores, check. Z-story, check. And a tale of terror, check. Only one who is as worldly wise as the first emperor hoped his people would be can open this door. Do I count? I mean, I have the requisites. I don't know if this means I count. Seems like a pretty low price to pay, just a couple of memories. Let's do it. It seems like such a simple thing now. It is slightly more complicated than simply pushing the door open, but only a little. Ooh, I gained a secret. Legacy of the First Emperor. The lost treasure has been found. Now for the easy bit. The burial chamber. The First Emperor's bones lie in state, surrounded by souls in spheres of blue, green, and silver. This must be the free supply of the souls that would satisfy all the souls that they wanted for their exile. Souls in spheres of blue, green, and silver. The delightful adventuress applauds politely. Oh, very, very fine work, she declares, taking a moment to admire the architecture before turning her attention to the souls. Now, unless my eyes deceive me, there are not 100, not even close. Blasted legends and their exaggeration. This will complicate matters. Oh well. Barnabas, do be a dear and gather those up. Ah, and as for you, she adds, drawing a rapier that glistens at the end, kindly remain where you are. I'm sorry, what? Did you just pull a rapier on me? Have I mentioned that I'm a vampire? And we're in the dark? And I also have a wretched Mog by my side. You what? This entirely unexpected betrayal will not stand. Oh yes, entirely unexpected. 36% chance. That ain't great. Fuck. What's the worst that would happen, most likely? Nah, fuck her. A blade with a sting. The delightful adventuress tuts. I would not, she warns. There is just a tiny but... what? Efficacious? Yeah, efficacious little drop of Cantagaster venom on the tip. Purchased at considerable expense for just this kind of eventuality. Oh. Oh, don't sulk, she adds. When I tell this story, your death will be glorious. Your crew especially will be most moved on our journey home. All the Neath will know of your great sacrifice, though I may change your name to something that rolls better off the tongue. Something with a little more pep. I'm sure you understand. Oh no, I don't. Clay Man finishes gathering the souls. Do you think I could pay Barnabas to kill her? This could be going better. A delightful scheme. Such simple things, aren't they? Says the delightful adventuress. Goodness only knows what the devils do with them. But opportunity is opportunity, is it not? My friends in the Iron Republic were quite happy to agree safe passage to and from their homeland, in exchange for this legacy. They will have to be satisfied, I suppose. Her lips turn up into a smug smile. And next time I bid the accursed Lenora Fortesque go to hell, well, I shall be able to recommend the bloody sights. A calculated risk or do nothing form plan later. With the bag over her shoulder, she's going to be slower. You just have to avoid that poisoned sword. I feel like if I get hit by that poisoned sword, it's instant death. Not one wound, but something worse. I really don't want to let her go, that fucking piece of shit. God damn it, I wish I just slept and got rid of my wound, then I wouldn't be so scared about doing this. Let me take a sip of my tea and think about this. I really wish my wretched Mog could do something. I'm going for it. And a loyal clay man, of course. You barely get close before Barnabas's arm closes around yours. The delightful adventuress nods appreciatively. Well, that's that then, she says, backing out of the vault. Oh, except for one minor detail. Barnabas, I thank you for your loyalty and fine service. As a final courtesy, please do the honors and ensure our friend here remains buried. It is a fine resting place, Such a shame it be wasted on just one ape. The clay man lurches towards her as she produces one of your confiscated sticks of dynamite, lights it and drops it in the corridor. Before either of you get close, it explodes in a cloud of dirt and rubble that seals the exit. Barnabas has no face. He does, however, most definitely have expressions. The one he wears now is chilling. Okay, so she just sealed him in with me. Normally I'd be afraid of him trying to kill me, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be pissed off and want out too. Hasn't he now been betrayed by her as well? I think this is going to be a bonding experience. Well, there's probably no light in here, but good thing I'm a vampire. I can see in the dark. Attempt to dig a way out. I guess I have no choice. A helping hand, yeah, there we go. I wonder if Barnabas is gonna, be my friend now and be an officer. That would be so freaking cool. This is actually a bonding experience. Barnabas immediately joins you in the excavation. Were he a regular clay man, he would likely be obeying his last order right now and ending your life for his mistress. Being unfinished, however, he is no mere golem. In her arrogance, the delightful adventuress appears to have forgotten that loyalty is a two-way street. That's right, unfinished clay men are independent. Even with both of you digging, though, it will take far too long to clear the rubble. If the delightful adventuress gets back to your ship with the legacy, she will no doubt persuade the crew to leave without you. Oh god. I don't want her to steal my ship. The monkey foundling to the rescue? What? Hell yeah. This is so fucking cool! I want this whole thing to be turned into a movie. Just everything on the Empire of Hands. I just want this to be some weird Indiana Jones kind of spin-off thing. From above comes a familiar mischievous cry. She slides down a rope into the vault. This is awesome. Hello, she calls, hanging upside down by your face and grinning. The entire Empire of Hands is her playground, and this temple is no exception. She heard the bang of the dynamite all the way on the Isthmus and came over to see what it was. Now she sees it's a friend. Helping, grins the monkey foundling, letting you climb up her rope. Barnabas remains behind, too heavy. He continues to dig his way out, rock by rock. Oh yeah, he'd be way too heavy for the rope, wouldn't he? Crap, dude. I'm coming back for you, alright? I hope I can come back for him, or maybe he'll just have dug his way out by the time I get back. I don't want to leave him behind. I like Barnabas. Alright, delightful adventuress. I wonder what the hell's gonna become of her. She ain't getting away. A delightful reunion. It appears the delightful adventuress is having problems of her own by the rowboats. A double betrayal. Whatever the once flea-ridden mayor of Port Stanton took from the delightful adventuress's soul, it evidently came with her loose grip on ethics. He suspected she would try to sneak away without giving him his cut. He was not wrong. Unfortunately for her, he has a small squad of monkeys at his disposal. Unfortunately for him, she has both her rapier and one last stick of dynamite for mutually assured unpleasantness. "Well," says the delightful adventuress, seeing you approach, "this is an irritating stalemate." Oh god. Team up with the delightful adventuress. Hell no! Okay, so go with the mayor, go with the delightful adventuress, or split everything. Hmm. I tend to go towards the talk things out and let's try to, come to a reasonable deal. Let's try to make everybody happy. But she doesn't deserve a damn bit of those souls. And she has betrayed me far too much. No, I'm teaming up with the mayor. Species traitor, she spits, lowering the rapier. Even she acknowledges that now she's outmatched. But then comes a rumbling sound from the jungle. She glances over her shoulder, and back with a sudden look of endless smugness, as Barnabas slowly trudges towards her from the vault. "Splendid," she declares. "Barnabas, do please deal with this smelly animal, and also the monkey." I don't think Barnabas is going to be on her side anymore. I have a feeling. Barnabas's clay muscles seem to swell as he lumbers forward, silent but purposeful. But for what purpose? I don't think his purpose is aligned quite with the delightful adventuress's purpose. Clay men are obedient. Clay men are loyal. Clay men are reliable. Unfinished clay men can be all of these things too. They can, however, be them by choice rather than nature. They can also hold grudges. Extremely well. The delightful adventuress shrieks in fury as Barnabas effortlessly picks her up, dangling her upside down by one leg. The obscenities are muffled by her skirts falling over her mouth, but the gist is quite clear. "Well then," says the mayor, carefully eyeing up the clay giant's spare arm. "Should we talk deals now, perhaps?" Okay. Let's see. Ooh, high-risk challenge to split the legacy. 28%. No, let's donate the legacy to the Zeppelin. This will completely fulfill its requirement for souls. The mayor will keep the remainder to do with as he chooses, and you will receive payment from the Wild Wheeled Court. Let's do that. The mayor agrees. Of course he does. The boost to his courtly profile will be tremendous. The deal is struck. Also, we will take that one, adds the mayor, pointing at the delightful adventuress. Trying to sneak away our emperor's legacy. Tisk. Oh, do not worry. The punishment is not severe. We approve of the avarice. Still, he grins. We will teach her a lesson, yes. Then banish in shame. A gift to you from the Empire. Now I get to decide the fate of the delightful adventuress. Let's let Barnabas decide her fate. He is, after all, the one that she betrayed the most. Barnabas nods, ignoring the angry protests. He follows the monkeys into the woods towards their boat, still carrying a thrashing, delightful adventuress. He will not allow her to come to any real harm, but appears to concur that a little humility may be in order. But that is their business. Yours now lies elsewhere. And it is done. Wow. This storyline in the Empire of Hands is so freaking cool. I think this is without a doubt the coolest place in the entire Untersea that I've found so far. The coolest storyline. That is just so cool. Alright, well, we're not quite done. Let's, I guess, get my payment from the Wild Weald Court, I guess? Yeah, how do I do that? Go back. Oh, whoa, the delightful adventuress is actually here. She stands fuming, her head and hands locked tight in a pillory near the center of the palace. She glares as you approach. Do not even think about it, darling, she spits. When I return to London, there shall be a reckoning. My friends in the Admiralty will not stand for this. Mark my... Oh, look. A monkey selling rotten vegetables. The not-so-delightful adventuress. Barnabas stoically stands by his seething mistress, ensuring the monkeys do not take their fun too far. His bruised loyalty does not, however, stretch to interfering with the opportunistic monkey selling ammunition. I can buy a tomato. Heavy and squishy in just the right stages of rot. Juices drip down your hand as you squeeze its soft skin. No thanks. Just seeing you here is pleasure enough, my dear. That is revenge for monkeys. You're better than that. Or more fiscally responsible, at least. It is doubtful that you will be here for long. Theft is not a huge crime to the monkeys, particularly when they got their share anyway. They'll most likely free her as soon as her outrage ceases amusing them. Of course, this far east she'll be waiting a long time for another ship to take her back to fallen London. Does that mean at some point she is actually going to return to London and tell the Admiralty about what I did? Oh god, I'm actually kind of worried about that. Because if she tells the Admiralty, I'm going to lose all my favor, at the least. Anyway, no time to worry about that now. Let's see if I can do the thing with the souls. So it's not that. Which one is it? Is it this? No, that's to sell my soul. What's the one you do to just, like, how do I get my payment from the court? Where's the dialogue option where I actually, or not dialogue option, but where's the options where I actually give them supplies? I don't remember. Maybe I just do that at the Zeppelin itself, not actually at the island. In fact, that might be it. Oh, wait a minute. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, so the souls are already there. That's good. Ah, but look at this. Everything that I've done has raised my Wild Weald status enough that now I can actually try to forge an agreement with the Iron Republic for the fuel. Let's do it. A deal with the devils. The exquisite seneschal provides you with a signed contract in a language that is unlikely any human can read. If you take it to the Iron Republic, they will provide you with hydrogen. It will take several trips to fully supply the Zeppelin, but there will be no charge. Cool. This is awesome. Alright, so I don't think I do it here. I think I leave and then go to the Zeppelin. No. It said something about payment from the Wild Weald Court, but I don't get it. Maybe the payment is just in the favor that I gained? I mean, the souls are there, and it looks like I don't really actually have to do anything. think that's it. Audience with the mayor. Nothing to do there. Have I completed everything around here? I think so. There's so many options, it's really hard to keep track of everything. What if we go back to the village? Anything to do here? No. Back to the island. What happens if I go back to the temple? I wonder. I wonder if I go back to Ishthemis. Nope, they're still guarding it, the Pentecost apes. Okay, let's go back to the island, see if I can go back to the temple. Okay, so now there's nothing I can actually do here unless I have a treasure map and something awaits me in port. Okay, so it looks like at this point the only way to actually get the treasure map is by going here and getting it from him. And to get it from him... So I've got the archaeology, way more than I need. I need a searing enigma. Yeah, I mean, maybe I can get the treasure map if I joined him in a raid, but I am not going to do that. Yeah, so I'm going to write down a note here. 1 searing enigma at Empire of Hands for treasure map. Alright, there we go. I really want the searing enigma to talk with the Carnelian exile, but I also want it for this. So I actually want 2 searing enigmas. Just need to figure out how to freaking get them. I don't know if there's a reliable way to get them. I think they're pretty much equivalent to a captivating treasure in terms of value. I think they're worth about 1,000. So they're pretty expensive stuff. Alright, I think we are done here. My god, that was long. Just thinking. Alright, so I pretty much already decided this episode has gone on so ridiculously long that I'm going to cut this into 2 episodes. Which means I might want to go a little bit further. Because I'm not exactly at the 2-hour mark. Yeah, let's go a little bit further. Let's explore the shore. Suppose, use my something waits me in port. Or wait, that says... No, I can only do this when nothing awaits me in port? Or something? Exploring this island will have to wait for a more auspicious day. Okay, that didn't work. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Should I get a port report? I mean, I guess I might as well. Sure. Okay. And we are good. Yeah, that was freaking awesome. That was without a doubt probably the funnest storyline I've ever encountered in this game. So let's go down to the Chelinate. Yeah, what was my plan to go from here? I was going to go down to the Empire of Hands, check. I think that was technically the end of my planned journey. But, of course, my journey has now changed, now that I know I need to take the cook to the Chelinate. So let's go there. Okay, yeah, let's go to the Chelinate, and then, I don't know if I'll do it in this episode, but then after that I'll go to the Isle of Cats and probably get some red honey. In fact, I think I'll just get some red honey and go back to the Empire of Hands. Because then I can trade that probably for the ink. Which then I can take to Venderbite. Yes, I like this. I like this a lot. Thing is, I'm kind of running a little bit low on fuel to do this. Down to the Chelinate, over to the Isle of Cats, back to the Empire of Hands. My terror's not too bad. I could run with my lights off for a bit. Because I know the Chelinate does not sell fuel. I can't remember if the Isle of Cats does. Let's run the lights off for a bit. Okay, cook. Oh my god! It requires 3 hunting trophies. I am so lucky that I actually just happen to have 3 hunting trophies. Otherwise I would have been screwed. It really does pay just to hoard stuff and just have it with you. Alright, let's find someone to teach secrets of butchery to the bandaged cook. A boned man shows you the glyph cut into his white dusted palms. They mean separation, he tells you. You will instruct your chef, if you can prove your worth. An improvement. When the cook returns to the ship, he is red to his elbows. I've learned what I need to know, he says, his voice haggard. Back in the galley, he throws away all his knives but one. You watch it slice, skin, bone, and butterfly, as precise as a surgeon's scalpel. As quick as a minnow. Flesh goes one way, skin and organs another. As the crew dine, he seeks you out. It goes well, my captain. I have my initial ingredients, I have my skills, but the flavors I pursue must be coaxed forth, like a hermit crab from its shell. I'm afraid I need very particular seasoning. Muttersalt and zoop. They sell the former at Wither, where the salt pools fizz and pop. Zoop is made at Mount Palmerston. Its composition is a secret, but anything can be combined. Anything that can be combined can be separated again, with the right equipment. Okay. Well, those are both things that are very far away from me at the moment, but they're pretty close together. Yeah, Wither and Mount Palmerston are pretty close. And actually, they're also near Frostfound, which is where I need to go to anyway, for my sigil-ridden navigator, or whatever his name is. So that should work out. Okay, that's that. Let's get a port report. I've already got all this stuff noted down. Selling Mount Nomad's heart for 1 searing enigma seems like a terrible deal. As good as enigmas are, I'm pretty sure there's only 1 Mount Nomad. Seems like a very stupid use of it. Because once you kill it, I'm pretty sure it's gone. I'm pretty sure Mount Nomad is not a race of creatures, it is a specific creature. Alright, let's head over to Isle of Cats. Get some red honey. Jesus Christ, that scared me. Eyes on the deck, don't look at him. Alright, we're good. So pretty. Ooh. Ah, this is... yeah, it mentioned that wounds can disappear at Z. Alright, so you can tough it out. Slightly reduce tear, but may occasionally injure you further. Ooh. Oh, I could just spend 1 supply to heal my wound? That is so worth it. Let's do it. Alright. Thank God I can breathe easy now that I have no wounds. The sounds of the ship at Z. The toll of the watch bell. Your eyes drift closed. Alright, we're good. I feel a lot more comfortable with no wounds instead of 1. Trying to wake the drowned dead from their slumber. I don't think they find it as funny as I do. The Rose Gardens. Such a beautiful place. All those roses, all those people in cages. Okay, port report. Do you actually have to have something await you in port to buy a shipment of red honey? Does that mean I can only buy one at a time? Alright, well I'm definitely going to buy one to take back to the Empire of Hands, if nothing else. Got more suspicion, got the firkin. The higher your suspicion, the more fiercely the excise will search your ship. Alright, that's done. So yeah, can I buy more? Yeah, okay, so you actually can't just buy a crap ton. Interesting. Ooh, they do sell fuel. It's good to know. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I am going to hang out here. I'm not going to do this a crap ton of times, just to gather tons of red honey, although I am tempted to do that. But let's just be a little bit cautious. I just want two. I just want two things of honey. One I'm going to take to the Empire of Hands, and the other of which I will take to the devils, basically the devils back at London, to see what they're willing to pay for it. So I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. Don't want to spend a crap ton of money on red honey. But I'll spend a bit just to see what happens with the Empire of Hands and how much I can get for it back at London. I'm guessing it's going to sell for 1,000 back at London. That's my guess. It's probably about a 400 profit margin. But we'll see. Another shipment, please. Thank you. Okay, should I buy supplies or fuel? I'm kind of low-ish. Where am I going to be going? I'm going to go into the Empire of Hands. And then after that... I don't really know. I guess probably just straight back to London after that. Or I might stop here and see if... Now that I have so much money, I might stop here and see if I can rescue the prisoner needed for my officer's quest. Rescue him from wisdom. Maybe. But yeah, I'm definitely going back to the Empire of Hands right now. So I'm going to go there. How much fuel and supplies do I need till I get back to, like, Khan's Shadow, which is probably where I'm going to resupply. Two supplies should be fine. And that should be enough fuel. Yeah. You know, actually, I don't think I want the prisoner from Wisdom. None of us spent all that money on red honey. I don't actually have that much. Because the full price is actually 3,000 Echo. Yeah, I don't think I want to rescue him. Alright, that should be fine. God, my terror's gone up so far. I think I left... Didn't I leave London with 0 terror? Or something near it? Alright, so I'm going to go back to the Empire of Hands, trade for the... what I think is going to give me the Violent Ink. and then probably end the episode. And let me just make sure that violent ink is actually one of the things in my list. Not that it really matters now, but... where's the journal? No, isn't it here? Yeah. Yeah, violent. When blood is shed, inspired. Is employed for the most desperate treaties. The clue doesn't really seem to mention anything that would indicate the Empire of Hands, but it does say violent, so pretty sure that's it. Is this the Mangrove College? No, kind of close to it. I could go to Mangrove College for supplies. Nah. Okay, to the court. Trade. Yes, here's your gift of red honey. Ooh, it did give me the pot of violent ink. A deliberate accident. Did you pick up the pot of violent ink instead of the honey you were showing to him? How clumsy. At least you have the perfect substance, should you feel the urge to write a polite apology note at some later date. Wait, so I stole the ink? Okay. Is that safe? I mean, I stole, like, super awesome ink from, like, the Emperor's court. It seems kind of dangerous. Oh well, apparently it worked. Violent. The color of necessary but troublesome connections. According to other traditions, the color of bloodshed in a spired place. It's very hard to forget anything you've written in violent ink. It's so pretty. Okay, now that I've gained more favor, does that actually allow me to do anything new? Let's, go to... Well, looks like I can do something new here, too. But before that, let's go here. Yes, I've already got the fuel trade thing down. No, can't do any of this. Oh, and I need 35 for the supplies for the Zeppelin. Okay. Yeah, so I need 5 more favor. So, what is up with this? What is this? An epic battle to the humiliation. When monkeys duel, every surface becomes part of the fight. They climb the walls, hang from the ceilings, charge through the cheering crowd with no care for who or what their rapiers may cut and slice. Death is not the goal. For the loser to forever remember this day, and this defeat with burning shame is reward enough. Bets are taken. You place yours. Poorly, it turns out, as the losing monkey is taken to be shaved and at least one soul forfeited. You pay up. Oh shit, I lost status. Okay. Wow, I didn't expect that to happen. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay. That's the end of that. Don't believe there's anything else to do. Nope. Alright. So there ends my adventure with the Empire of Hands for the moment, until I can come back and get that treasure map from the pirate guy. Yeah, that was a freaking awesome storyline. This is one of the most fun... Well, it's not an episode. This is one of the most fun 2 episodes, since I'm going to cut it up, I've ever played. So freaking fun, and this storyline at the Empire of Hands was so epic that I intended to only record for about an hour, but it ended up going for like an hour and 40 minutes until the whole storyline finally resolved itself. It was just massive, even longer than Visage, I think. And Visage was pretty damn long. Oh, alright, well, I hope you enjoyed, and when I return, I am going to make my way back to London. Yeah, take care of my affairs there, and then after that, I suppose I'm probably going to go up to around Wither and Mount Palmerston and Frostfound to advance, yeah, I'm actually going to be advancing 2 of my officers' quest. Frostfound will advance the quest of my engineer guy, don't remember his name, and the Zoop from Mount Palmerston and the Mutersalt from Wither will advance my cook's storyline. So that is going to be pretty damn cool. Oh, and of course along the way I can take my Violent Ink to Venderbite. Yeah, stuff is really working out. This is going really, really well. So, hope you've enjoyed so far, and I'll be back soon.